So I've got this job on my Russell 31 project boat, which is, it looks incredibly scruffy right now because I've jet washed and chiselled and knocked back the old paint on the deck, and it does look really scruffy. Everything on boats, when you're working on them initially, it will look horrific, and then it starts to come good. As soon as we get this surface smoothed off and tidied up, it will look so much better once we get the new paint on there. So I've got some tools from Machine Mart. This compressor here that I currently have on deck is powerful enough to run some air tools. The good thing about air tools is that they come with some small details like this little disc sander. So look how small it is in my hand. It's really lightweight. I mean, I've still got to attach the hose to the end, but still, it comes with different tool attachments. It's a really versatile little tool. Some of the stone attachments. It has 2 different disc sizes. We've got this really small disc size. This small disc size, which in the palm of my hand is, you can see that it's, what is it, like 2 inches, and 40 mil. And then the larger, but it's not that large, disc size, which is basically the size of the palm of my hand. It just screws on, essentially like that. We've got 2 spigots that then will attach in as well. Now the downside of this is that they don't all store in the box fully assembled, so all this little assembly job has to be done and the spanners are hard to get out of the box. Right. A couple of opposing spanners come with this. Right. It's a bit of a fiddle, to be honest, but there we go. So that's our tool. With the hose attached on, I've still got to go and get the quick release hose attachment for it, so I'm not ready to go just yet. Quite quick and easy, if you can see that. This catch on here is quite easy to use. Yeah, so if I just turn this camera around, whoop, there we go. We can see how detailed we can get into some of these nooks and crannies with this tool. So I'm quite looking forward to this job. So there's some scrubbing I can do on some of the loose paint flakes, which this tool will scrub that away, which is nice. And then to key in the paint, we can, the pre-paint, we can use some of the other discs. We can use a bigger one as well. Let's go get the quick release and we'll be in action. So as well as the compressor we've got and the small disc sander, air disc sander, we've got a 10mm or detail belt sander. That's this device here. It looks a bit odd really, I suppose. When you see it, it doesn't look like a regular tool you see every day. However, let's show you, it should have a hose tail on there to attach the airline to, which is in the box. And let me see, it's come with 3 belts, probably need to get some more. We've got 60 grit, 120 and an 80. So we've got different grades of grit. Probably going to be needing the 80. So let's see if we can get this on here. It's got to go in the belt drive. Okay. So we can change this angle that it can sit at. So let's say So if I want to change the angle of how I'm sanding, I can adjust that. This hose tail comes with it, needs to go in the end, but I do need the quick release that will go on the end of my hose. So I also got this long 8 metre, I think it's 8 metres or 10 metre hose. And this hose needs a quick release screwed onto the end so I can attach any device I want, so I can interchange between the small belt sander and the little disc sander. So, quick trip back to Machine Mart, I think, or my own workshop. So, mini disc sander, belt sander. I'm going to show you this one, how it will align on the boat. So, if you see the angle I'm at, I need to go this way. So for me to get in under this rail with a small belt sander is like that. But it's quite a lightweight tool, it's not super heavy. I do wish the grip was a bit longer, but whatever. Yeah, so we can get in there around the edges of the backs of the stanchions. Although I might unscrew those anyway. Down the edges of any fittings I need to get into, under here if I need to. And in areas like this, into the edge there, and the edge, other edges that I need to get into, and I need to go and find some more grits of this belt. Now, in any boatyard, there's a lot of sanding to be done, and this is no exception. This is one of our club work boats, and as well as my own boat, this one desperately needs some sanding. So all around the edges, every bit you can see, including some of this deck, all needs sanding. And standard thing is with boats, accessibility isn't easy. So we're going to put our tools to use on this boat as well as my own, because frankly this one's a bit more desperate than mine, because the club needs it. So I'm going to go and assemble my tools. Got a trolley full of my tools, chemicals, cleaners, various other bits and bobs. Let's just put that in the shade. So we've got a whole array of stuff in here, including this power cable. And somewhere in there should be an adapter. So I've got these bits and bobs to add on to our hose tail. Let's get this compressor over here. I don't want to have this hose attached permanently to this compressor, so I need to add on a hose tail, and the only one I can find out of my spares bin isn't necessarily compliant with everything else, so we'll make the best of what we got. So a bit PTFE, get that, put that there. Right, so that's to go on the end of the hose. Put you there. So luckily I brought my 12mm vice grips and my 14mm special left-handed spanner. So let's put this on here. Bit of this. It's already got a bit on it, I'm just refreshing it. In one end. Right, get that special 14mm on there. Special, I think it's 13, not 12. Now, obviously, this is not the best way to work. You'd have the nice spanners and all the nice tools, but I left all those on my boat. And the boat is somewhere up Southampton Water. We're in, like Flynn. Right, that's the end that's going to go into the machine, because I've got an odd one. Right, which end do we want to come out of? I'm going to come out sideways. Fresh PTFE on this one. Okay, that will go in the end of here. Get the special spanners out again. Right. Come on. Okay. Oh, no, we're slipping. Right. So that is our hose ready to go. This end will attach to all the tools. Now we've got our compressor working. It's actually very quiet. It's for the size of compressor, I can talk over it quite easily. And I know I've heard quieter ones, but this is actually pretty good. And so we wait for that to get up to pressure. I'll finish sorting out my tools. We've got our little sanding tool to sort out, fitting to put on properly, so while I wait for that to pressure up, I'm going to do these tools. Right, let's have a look at these, shall we? Get this sorted out. And then a bit of, so from there we can clip on our first tool, but what I'm going to do is put my little sanding tip on first. So I've got to go for a small one. So we'll put this on. Ooh. So it means we've got to put one of these in one of these. More assembly required. Just using the tools supplied in the box to tighten that up. Okay, so then if we take a bit of 50 grit, screw that on. Okay, so that's our little tool assembled. You can see that a bit better in light. Okay, that's our little sanding tool assembled. And then we'll put that in it. Okay, so that little hose tail I just added is in there. Now there's no air to this yet because I've left it turned off. I'm going to take this tool upstairs first before I put any air to it. Right, where should we start? We can do a bit of this. So you see this bit under here, it's really awkward to get to, but not with this baby sander. Look at this, it fits under perfectly. So let's have a go, shall we? Let's go and put some air to it. Now I suppose theoretically I'm supposed to have eye protection on when I use this. Who doesn't love that? compressor's just kicked back in again. Now I'm using the 50 grit just to get us going on this because it's really loose stuff. Now I'm probably going to get some Puritans say you should be wearing safety glasses, a mask, some gloves, some overalls, and I should. But this is kind of like real life working in the yard. A lot of people don't, and yes, you can complain if you like, but I think once you've got air tools, you probably won't go back. I'm sure you could probably watch me all day, every day, but I should show you the other tool. The air compressor doesn't take long to recompress. It's a decent one. It's able to power the tools. So I'm going to swap over from that to that. Here we go. So, ta-da! Easy peasy. Next one. I need to check that it's not activated. Okay, let's. I need to get the other way around. I've got a stronger grip on this end. There we go. Now, you're not going to be friends with your neighbours with some of these tools, but it doesn't matter in a boatyard, does it? This boat was orange before. I suppose they're going to say I probably should wear ear defenders as well. So let's have a look at what we've done. So you can see I'm skimming along the edge where it's really difficult to get the tool into. So this little belt sander, really just get in there. And we can see we're getting through the layers of paint. I'm not pressing very hard, I'm just using the weight of the tool. And I don't have to press too hard. We can clean around some of these fittings. Like that. It's really, really, really good to get into the tiny spaces. Because these belts are going to wear out fast. So I've got plenty of spares from Machine Mart. You can see what I did with the other tools with my son. It's pretty good. This little sander is awesome. I absolutely love it. It fits under railings, it gets into tiny spaces. So good. So if you can stomach the cost of a compressor, all the rest of the tools are peanuts. I think you'll agree, these little tools are so handy. The ability to change over the different heads real quick and just being able to swap tools off the same hose means I just need to run one hose up here and I can just pop one off, pop another one on, pop one off, and it's so easy. I don't need all the cables and all the electrical outlets and everything else. It's just one electrical outlet, one air outlet, and I can just swap them over as I go. And there's no electricity up here, so if I was working in a damp environment, although the tools don't especially like it being submerged or anything, I don't feel that I'm at risk of electrocuting myself either. So if I was working in a wet bilge and I wanted to be sanding or cleaning, I could do that. And this little doodah here has a scraper head on it. So if I want to work underneath the boat with a bit of water and do, I say like wet scrubbing, I can put a little scrubber end on this and work with some wet, basically I can hose it down and scrub at the same time. which I wouldn't really want to do with my fancy electric sander or scrubber. Oh, I could do this for hours. It's one of my favourite things. I love an air tool. Right, well, there's a lot still to go on this boat. Now once I've got my eye in on this boat, I'll go back to my own boat and do the deck.